Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi. It's weather in 5 days and 5 minutes on this Friday, August 23rd, 2019. For those of you who are on Long Island, boy, did we get rocked last night with a very, very powerful thunderstorm, a severe thunderstorm that rolled through. I think this might have been the one time this season, anyway, where the entire island wound up being under a severe thunderstorm warning, and we had wind gusts of 60, 70 miles an hour. There were a few unofficial reports of some wind gusts that reached up to about 80 or 90 miles an hour. I was just looking through the Weather Service storm reports. I didn't see anything higher than the 60s, but it doesn't matter. There were trees down everywhere, wires down. We had a partial building collapse in Farmingdale. It was probably probably the strongest round of thunderstorms for this area during this season. Now, we've got the weekend coming up, so let's take everybody through what we think is going to happen here. And as always, things look simple in the long range until we get there, and then it gets a little bit complicated. Just taking a look at the satellite loop this morning, clearly you can see where the cloud line is. It's up in upstate New York. The actual cold front is already passed. It's down to our south. And what we're waiting for is there's a flat little wave of low pressure that's moving along it to the northeast. Once that happens, once that goes by later this morning, you're going to see this cloud line here start to push southward. It might take the better part of the entire day to get skies to clear out. It really is going to depend on where you are in this area. If you are in areas down to the south, in Virginia, Maryland, southern Pennsylvania, to Delaware and southern New Jersey, it may take all day for the cloud line to move southward. As you go further north, northeastern Pennsylvania, through northern New Jersey, the Hudson Valley, southern New England, and Long Island, New York City, that cloud line should get here around noontime or early this afternoon and continue to push to our south. There's the radar as of 7 a.m. There's this narrow band of rain moving from west to east, and that is going to put some people in a period of rain this morning. It's mostly on the light side. We're also likely to see some of this dry up as we go through the morning hours, but the models have not handled this very, very well. One thing that has happened already, thanks to the frontal passage, is the fact that we're seeing the dew points dropping down considerably. They're still pretty high, though, when you get down into southern New Jersey, because that's where our frontal boundary is. It's probably sitting right about here. So to the north of that, you got your dew points in the 60s, and you're starting to even see some dew points in the 50s. This is where the real dry air is on that second blue line that is moving to the south. That's where you get into those dew points in the 50s where the air feels really, really good. And again, that should start to move in later on today. Here's how it looks on the surface map. There's your front. There's your little flat wave in northeastern Virginia that we're just waiting for it to move through. So it gives the front another push southward. So as far as the weekend is concerned, everything's on course. So we will clear out from north to south later on today into this evening, but there is another little ripple of moisture there moving across northern Virginia and Maryland and touching southern Pennsylvania. So where that warm sector is still in existence, there could be another shower or thunderstorm or two developing later this afternoon into this evening, particularly over Delaware and the Delmarva Peninsula. Then that moves out. Finally, the high builds in. We clear out. We have a beautiful Saturday. And the issue for Sunday is the fact that we are going to have an onshore flow. There's still going to be a bit of an upper air disturbance. And we're going to keep a watch on the bottom part of this stalled frontal boundary right down in here, because we do have a system that is east of the Florida coast that the Hurricane Center is monitoring. And here's how it looks on the satellite from overnight. We don't see any kind of circulation. However, there is a fair concentration of thunderstorms that are developing in the northwestern Bahamas. There's probably some sort of weak little low here. The Hurricane Center has raised the possibility that this could become a tropical depression or a tropical cyclone, a tropical storm, to 60% over the next 5 days. So we're going to be watching this very closely over the weekend. And we will also be writing about this later today on our website, explaining what the implications may or may not be as far as the East Coast are concerned. Really don't have enough time to do it on here. I'm already over the 5 minutes. Here's how it looks on the wide shot. No circulation, not seeing any turning yet, but we are deep in the month of August. These systems are going to start to go. They're going to start to develop. There's an upper low in the Gulf of Mexico. We talked about this last night. Wanted to see what happened overnight with the thunderstorms. Right now, this remains a cold core system, so we're not too concerned. All right, your temperatures. For today, everybody's not getting out of the 70s today. Cloud cover is going to really hold temperatures down, and so is the northeast wind that is taking over. For Saturday with sunshine, it's mostly in the mid 70s to around 80 for the highs. Sunday, there may be some cloud issues, and that will hold temperatures down. I'm going to leave the possibility of a pop-up shower in there in one or two spots, but there should be some sun in the mix too. Temperatures, again, mostly in the 70s, and the same goes for Monday, mostly in the 70s. We may have to wait till perhaps Wednesday of next week before we get a real push, a warm-up. The humidity levels will remain subdued overall until we get to Monday, and then we're going to start to see the humidity come up. All right, folks, have a great Friday and a great weekend, and no thunderstorms to deal with this weekend. Enjoy the dry air that's coming down and the much cooler temperatures. And, of course, we'll keep an eye on the tropics for you to see if anything develops from that system that is off the Florida East Coast. Thanks for being here on Weather at 5. We'll see you later on various platforms, Facebook, and on YouTube, my YouTube show tonight, probably around 7 o'clock Eastern Time.